Okay, we're coming up into late August 2015. We have a major redesign on our website. So I want to be able to talk to you a little bit today about coaching with me one-on-one. So here's just a quick overview. If you go to the welcome page, you'll see a video. And then there's a free forms download page, marketing to sellers download, which will get you a letter of intent and some marketing forms. The bigger pockets link will basically go over some links that will help you understand my blog, my profile, my posts, and there's, I think, 4,000 posts there, and my file place where I have files. And it gives you an understanding of who I am and what I'm about. Okay. And then booking an appointment with me, if you want to talk to me, it's pretty simple. You wait for this thing to load. Here we go. And then there's you pick your time. And you can suggest up to 3 times. And I'll give you 30 minutes of my time one-on-one for no cost whatsoever. And what I want to do is find out what's important to you, how much money you want to make, how much time do you have, things of that nature, over 30 minutes. The courses that I teach is, of course, wholesaling, but there's other things that you need to learn besides wholesaling, because in my opinion, you're being a one-trick pony and you're not going to make a lot of money. There's a ton of wholesalers that don't make a lot of money for 6 to 12 months. So here are courses that I teach. There's lease options here, and then there's buying on contract for deed, and then there's flipping option contracts, master lease options, mostly on apartments, subject to get the deed, getting private lenders, and we're adding, there's several more. There's joint venture partners, and there's negotiating with sellers. So there's many courses that I teach. There's a free ebook here that you can download. And it's pretty simple. Just download the ebook and tell me what you're most interested in. Now the library is pretty deep library, and you can spend days here in the library, and it doesn't cost you anything. You can also research a term here, but there's a video that talks about that. There's a major video about how to buy property without banks, and then there's all these subjects: strategies, creative financing, marketing, Dodd-Frank Safe Act, Asset Protection Library, Agreements and Forms, Private Lender Library, Dodd-Frank Library, Motivation for REIs, Foreclosure Library, Virtual Assistants, Realtors, creating a website with WordPress for real estate investing, Tax Library, planning your real estate business, SEO, Search Engine Optimization, Lease Options Library, Subject to Library, Arbitration Library, News Housing Library, and that's current. Every week we put more into the news housing. Wholesaling Library, Negotiation Training Library, Business Forms and Legal Topics Library, Sales and Presentation Training Library, Signs for Real Estate Investing, what kind of signs help you sell your properties, Sales Scripts for Agents Library, landlord-tenant forms library, installment sales, which means free and clear houses. How can you do an IRS installment sale? Retailing or rehabbing library, learning real estate contracts library, really important. Contract for deed, agreement for deed, contract for sale, land contract library. They're all the same thing. ROFR's ROFR, right of first refusal library, wraparound mortgage library, straight option library, short sale library, marketing for sellers library, marketing for buyers library, marketing for private lenders library, marketing for JV partners library. ROFR and a lease is better than a lease option. That's really important. Marketing centers of influence library. Centers of influence is like a financial planner that refers your business, or a Chamber of Commerce president that refers your business. How do you market to them? Marketing, authoring your own articles library, 10 steps for all deals library, building your REI team library, especially getting your real estate investing attorney. Most attorneys do not do well in the creative real estate investing business. I help you find that attorney. Land trust library. A land trust is where you put a property into a property trust for privacy. And by the way, it does not escape the due on sale clause, but it does help with subject to deals. Mobile homes library, very important. Owner financing library. Legal issues, very important. Business loan, can I take money out of my IRA for a business? So that is a pretty deep library. There's a tech corner for computer issues. Resources, please see this library. Attorney Jeff Watson talks about legal wholesaling. Dodd-Frank resources, download self-directed IRA, how-to report, free forms, download page, news and housing. Resources, great books to buy. I just want to touch base on that. You're going to see probably 300 books here. And resources for marketing. These are wonderful resources for marketing. And going back to the resources tab, seller financing, articles, and so forth. Now, testimonials, please read these testimonials because I'm very proud of these. These are just some of the people that have taken my training and they've done a good job. I mean, I've done a good job with them. Sorry about that. There's testimonials. So these are people that are happy with my coaching. So take a look at that. Contracts, very confusing to a lot of people. It's important that every state has their own little tweaks to make it legal. But we go over all the agreements here. And disclaimers, of course, earnings disclaimer and so forth. This isn't a get-rich-quick scheme. And if you work with me, you understand it's up to you to get things done. Here's a learning center. The learning center is a pretty deep area. It goes with the library. So, learning center for tenant buyer, due on sale clause, rent to own, how to get a quick start, legal issue, procuring cause if you're an agent, and if you are not an agent, you got to understand that procuring cause, how to build a team, what's negligent misrepresentation, learning center, paperwork for lease option assignments, apartment lease option, building your sphere of influence, learning center for marketing for sellers 101, lease options when you buy, joint ventures with home sellers, lease option primer, learning center for contract law, learning center for creative offer making and making questions, marketing to home sellers, house hacking, short sale overview. How does a short sale work? How do you finance with an IRA with private lenders? What's a contract for deed? How does that work? What's an IRA and a private lender? Private money. How does credit repair work? What is the Fair Credit Reporting Act? How do you build a website? Lease options when you buy or sell. Private money financing. Home sellers, what questions do you ask them? How do I invest with terrible credit? Dodd-Frank summary. Private partners. Wholesale flipping resources. Joint venture partners. Learning center. Seller carry mortgage. Learning center. Marketing, home sellers, postcards. WordPress help. Telemarketing, foreclosures. Marketing for foreclosures. Foreclosures overview. And then seller presentation, so forth. And here's a Steve Vaughn's a good friend of mine in Washington State. Is a good friend. So is a to-do list for fast start and a video series. So I know that took a while to go through, and I think there's about 700 pages on this website. That's a lot. But if you're interested in mentoring or coaching, please let me know. The first step is to download the free ebook. The second step is to book an appointment with me, like we went over. And I look forward to working with you. I want to thank you for listening to this recording. And if you're interested in coaching, the way I work coaching is I charge a flat fee. And the fee is a lot less than some of the major brands out there. Like, for instance, Freedom Mentors, and also Rich Dad, also Fortune Builders, and a few others. One-on-one works better than group. And the other thing is, I don't split. Profits. So in other words, if you make $10,000 on a deal, I don't ask for $5,000. You keep 100% of your money. So if you're interested in getting a coach one-on-one for a year, then please call me. Now, how much is it? It's generally $7,000 for the year. And if you have partners, it might be a little bit more because I'm training 2 people. If I'm only training 1, that's $7,000. Now, if for any reason you don't make your $7,000 over the course of 12 months, it's a conditional guarantee. That means you show up for training, you follow the instructions, you take the to-do list and you do them. If you have any questions, you call me. If the seller's on the fence and you feel like you haven't closed them properly, you call me. If you do all those things I ask you to do, it's a conditional guarantee. If for some reason you don't recoup your $7,000, I will refund your money 100%. Because I look at it as I've failed you. And you have to wait the 12 months. You can't say, okay, in 3 months, I want to stop now. No. It's like going to college. You pay the tuition. If you don't show up for class, that's your problem. But I am devoted for people making a good amount of money in real estate investing. And I mean a good amount. You got to ask yourself, how much money do you want to make? How much are your taxes going to be? How much are your expenses going to be? And then how much are you going to net? We do that in planning. So thank you for listening to this one recording. And I look forward to helping you build a business you can be proud of. Thanks again. This is Brian Gibbons with Brian Gibbons, REIcoach.com. Bye for now.